So we went to see Elvis. As we were walking out of the theater, I heard a grown man behind me. A grown man who pays taxes, who owns a home, who drives himself to and from places. He looked at his significant other and he said, "Was this based on a true story?" I've thought about that every day since it happened. But let's get on to my review. So this was directed by Baz Luhrmann, and anyone who is familiar with him, you would know that this is a Baz Luhrmann film immediately. His style is so, and I'm not saying this disrespectfully, it's very flamboyant. It's very flashy and in your face. The camera angles are wild, the cuts are very quick, but this is his best film that he's directed. I shouldn't say best, it's my favorite film that he's directed. Now, this movie is 2 hours and 43 minutes. It could have easily been an hour shorter. The film's divided what feels like half and half of his performances on stage and also what goes on off stage behind the scenes. Because they chose to showcase so much on stage, I feel like that assisted in really like revitalizing the style of rock and roll that Elvis was really known for. It makes it feel fresh again, and it makes Elvis seem like less of a human being and kind of more like a phenomenon. I'm gonna say this right now, and watch it not happen because the Academy is a bunch of bitches. Austin Butler deserves an Oscar. He deserves a nomination at the very least. He was able to embody a musician that I do not listen to, that I haven't really listened to, that I wasn't really a fan of, and he made me want more than 3 hours of it. Yes, I said the film was too long, but if it was solely Austin Butler playing Elvis and there was no other distractions around him, I could go back and watch it again. He's got the voice down, the accent, the mannerisms, the body movements on stage, and I believe that was actually him playing the guitar and singing too, which, dude, he's too good. He's too good. This pretty much solidified me wanting to see anything that Austin Butler does moving forward. That being said, the camera zooms in on his crotch so many times. I get why they're doing it. I get that that's all that the ladies were looking at. But I don't need a zoom shaky shot of his crotch over and over again. That's just not me. That's not my style. Tom Hanks actually delivers as Colonel Tom Parker. After watching the trailer, I was on the fence, I guess, because Tom Hanks doing an accent, I don't know, it was pretty jarring to hear at first, but I was adjusted within 10-15 minutes, and I was like, okay, this works. He's doing well. The splicing of the story was a bit jumbled at times. I didn't really know how the movie was going to play out, but it did not play out how I expected. And the different timelines they jump back and forth between, I don't know, at least at the beginning it was just a little off-putting, but it started feeling more fluid towards the end. And the way that this movie ended, I'm kind of glad they did it like this. They waited until the very end to show actual footage of Elvis, and I think they did that because they wanted to really let Austin Butler sink in and let you feel what he did with the character. And then when they put the actual footage side by side, or not side by side, but they play the actual footage of Elvis, you see the resemblances immediately. Just the way his face moves when he sings, the passion that he puts into it, it was done perfectly. It's a shame because I feel like if I were alive back when Elvis was really popular, he would have been a figure of pop culture that I really stood behind, that I really supported, because the shit that they tried to label him with, appropriating black culture like it's a bad thing and trying to arrest him for just shaking his hips on stage, like, I'm glad I wasn't alive back then, because that shit's for the birds. I believe the movie just had its second weekend, so it's still going to be in theaters for another month or so. Please go check it out. I know I said something about the runtime, but it's worth it to see the effort that the people put into the movie. If you check it out, please hit me up. Let me know what you thought of it. I always love touching base with people and, you know, comparing notes on what you guys thought of it versus what I thought of it. That about does it. I appreciate you guys always watching my videos, always leaving some feedback for me. It is always welcome. Tell your friends about me, tell your family about me. Anybody who is interested in movies or TVs, I could shoot the shit with you guys all day. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.